for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but
well, LeBron James is closing in on the...
He can impact the game in so many ways. DA, thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. And for the Clippers, under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward.
And for the Lakers, 6 straight seasons outside the playoffs. Can you believe it's the worst record in the NBA over that span? I mean, for the league's premier franchise, it's not what they're accustomed to.
Rondo against Beverly. With the fadeaway. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Rondo.
LeBron taking what's off the mid-range. Throughout his career, he's all about the best shot available.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. And the Lakers have an illustrious past, Chris, but they can't rest on their laurels.
Yeah, you're right. The teams are getting more advanced for their style. The Lakers take steps to ensure they remain on cutting edge.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Taken away by Williams. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Lays it up and banks it in.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for high percentage opportunity.
Green deciding where to go with it. Pass to Davis. Crafty move. And he sinks the layup.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Green, no luck. And it's the Clippers' ball. Here's Leonard. Count it.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And the wide open shot from Green. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Kuzma against Leonard. Misses off the right iron.
Well, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
Rondo passes to LeBron. Count that one. LeBron's got his second basket.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Harrell kicks to George. Harrell, the pass to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. Lakers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And some great moments for Rajon Rondo. Helped Boston to a title back in 2008. And as we know, he's a 4-time All-Star.
Yeah, one of the most honorary, toughest, and smartest players in the league. He devours films. I mean, he makes his son watch film. You see that his 4-year-old son is watching film, but what's going on, man? He's made it clear. Once his playing days are done, he wants to be an NBA coach.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Williams. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's stolen by Davis. Green with the ball. The pass to Rondo. Kuzma outside. And the rejection by Harrell. And here they go. And no good. The try spell continuing for him. Rondo finds Davis. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. The Clippers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And Cousins kicks to Cook. Here's Davis. Great D that time from Harrell.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Here's Leonard. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Leonard's got 9 points.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
1:35 left to play in the first. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. JaVale McGee's checked in for Anthony Davis. McGee with no one around. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
Beverly. Rebound the Lakers.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whipped on that.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
You see why McGee's teammates lob it up his way? Because they know he can go up and get it.
Here's Leonard. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 6.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter. Set up the shots. He'd be better off passing up.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Clippers shooting 33% here in the first quarter. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Are using great defensive instincts. Cousins will swat anyone's shot away. He's relentless.
Here's Cook, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Clippers trail by 11. Beverly deciding where to go with it. And Harrell wide open. He shoots. And again, no good by the Clippers. The drive by Cousins, and Cousins throws down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals.
I always feel like I got it. Always.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
You're exactly right, GA. I mean, they've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And Harrell's in at the 5 spot. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the game here. Injuries can play such a big part in a player's career. Which is pretty cute, Chris, is the biggest what-if stories. Have they stayed healthy?
Wow. I mean, you got to start, in my mind, I got to go to, a guy like a Grant Hill. He was Mr. Triple-Double. He and Jason Kidd, to me, were almost the same players, just in different bodies when Grant started his career off in Detroit. And to see him get injured, man, that just hurt me because he had so much potential. Even though he had a great career, I still think about him. How about Greg Oden? He got hurt his senior year, had to shoot free throws with his left hand, and then he comes into the league, and the big fella just had to battle injuries, and feel sorry for that big fella because he was so skilled in the game.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins suffered an Achilles injury, and it was a major setback for him, but it was also an eye-opener. Cousins said, any given day could be your last day playing, and all the celebrity, all the fame ends. My love for the game has grown, but at the same time, I want to be more than just a basketball player. Kevin, challenges can put anything into perspective.
Thank you, D.A. Now, here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. It's good.
And it takes more than a little contact to stop Beverly. His drives to the hoops are absolutely tenacious.
Lakers leading by 14. And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Cousins. Kyle Kuzma comes in for JaVale McGee. Danny Green, he's checked in for Bradley. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cook. And the Lakers with another miss. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Lakers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And he makes the first.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
And Rondo drops them both. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And that one goes long.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Daniels kicks to Rondo. Here's Kuzma. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Kuzma's got his first 2 points.
He excels at scoring from the mid-range. Kuzma is awesome at making use of these spots on the floor.
Here's Leonard. That one falls.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Lakers leading by 16. Here is Rondo. Passes it to Green. Pass to Daniels. Here's Davis. Inside. Just 5 on the clock. Rondo gets the bucket.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Williams gets the bucket.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to rim.
And so Green will bring it up for the Lakers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Kuzma against Leonard. Williams scanning the floor. Back to Leonard. Clock at 6. Off target with his 3.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
On the wing, Daniels. He's defended by Harrell. Here's Davis. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And stolen by Kuzma. Goes up and finished off by Davis.
The quick instinct of Kuzma. He's going to know when to go after steals.
Here's Beverly, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Rajon Rondo. The Clippers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. James comes in for Green, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Troy Daniels.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the middle, and stolen by Kuzma. Here's James, and the dunk by James.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look to dunking it home.
The Clippers shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Goes up on the wing, and it's LeBron James with the rebound. Lakers leading by 22. Oh, Kuzma's in position. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 4 assists in the game.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Kuzma's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Outside Leonard. 24 seconds left now here in the second. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And in the first quarter, he was consistently getting to the line and really causing headaches for the D. Haven't seen that same type of consistency here in the second.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Davis. The Lakers have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Here's LeBron, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got his 6th rebound on the night. George way outside. The offensive rebound, and the rejection by James.
Oh, you got to be cautious around James. He's always on the hunt to swat away shots.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big thing.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, it's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. And that'll do it for our half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Yeah, I mean, showing that tenacity, both mentally and physically.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. And LeBron throws it down.
Such blinding speed on the drive. I mean, James is a force of nature when he's on the attack. As well as he's carried himself over the years, I'm amazed by the negativity about LeBron James. I mean, all he's done is 8 straight trips to the finals. Sometimes being on top makes you a target.
Here's Green, kicks it out to James. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 10 points for LeBron.
But James loves pulling up immediately off the pass. You can't give him any breathing room, even when the pass is coming his way.
George against Green. In the corner, Harrell with it. Back to George. It's stolen by Green. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Beverly. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Beverly's got 8 points. Chris, you think about what LeBron's accomplished, not just on the court, his activism, his business acumen.
Yeah, shut up and dribble. That's what people want to do, Kevin, but he's not listening. Thank God for that. It's about his power. It threatens some people. For whatever reason, they love to knock you down a bit.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. And the Clippers call time here. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion. A pretty simple solution to ending this run, it would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Chris, over the last 40 years, a steady decline in offensive rebound. Largely due, I'm guessing, to the concern with transition defense, right?
Definitely. And let's give respect to offensive rebounding that it should have. Whenever you had guys like Rodman, Popeye Jones, guys that used to you'd have nightmares about because they were such great rebounders, Ben Wallace. Well, now it's a little bit different because those guys were playing the 4 position, right? So now at the 4 position, you have to get back on defense because if you're not, guys are shooting threes from Curry land in the 4 position because the game is evolved. And so now it is better to get back in transition and trying to get an extra possession for your team. You still want to attack the glass. You just want to make sure you know who's in the game at that time because now you have guys leaking out, getting a quick shot on that other end.
James outside, looking for McGee. He gets it there. He feeds it to Cook. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. The tie for the ball. And that one is off. Excellent D there from George. Here's Williams. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And that's what Beverly does best, a quick passer who distributes the ball incredibly well.
And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. McGee's shot is off. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A nice shot by George.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Lakers have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And it's Davis missing. Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Lakers shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. And Harrell slams it in.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope comes in for Avery Bradley. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Lakers with the ball. With the teardrop, and it's McGee with the jam.
Well, that's just too easy for McGee. I mean, the minute he establishes position in this area, the defense is done.
Williams kicks to George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. The feet to McGee. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Daniels, he's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
At this point of his career, McGee knows who he is, a hustler, an energy guy who uses his athleticism to his advantage.
Pass to George, tries it from 19, and James pulls it down. LeBron's got 5 rebounds tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
52 seconds left to play in the third, and it's in there.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Leonard, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on JaVale McGee.
Yeah, easy call.
The Clippers have been shooting right around 75% of the line, 9 of 12 so far. And the Lakers making a change here. Rondo's checked in.
Well, the suitors didn't jump out full throttle to sign Cousins in this past free agency. Still wary of his health. Ended up having to take another 1-year contract, this time with the Lakers. Cousins, though, still hoping to show he's a franchise caliber player.
And George kicks to Harrell. They get it back. George with the bucket.
Toughness and energy on the boards, an easy putback to show for it.
27 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Rondo on top. He's covered by Leonard. Floats one up, and that one's good. Daniels has got his first bucket in this one.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Back to George. This one for 3. That shot, no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be back with you shortly. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Here's Caruso. Under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And George in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Beverly dishes to George. From past the arc. And it's George again missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Daniels, no good. Clippers shooting only 31% for offense. Really strong.
GameTime Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, everybody, this...
It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Well, for for it.
Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors, but we know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, DA. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's James in at the 3 slot. And for Golden State, Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. Green and Cauley-Stein are down low. And it's Thompson in at the 3. Now here's LeBron. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. A lot of experience out on that floor in front of us, Brent. Your career span 14 years. Talk about how you saw the game differently versus the first couple years in the NBA.
I saw it from the bench. Great man. Patrick, Kevin.
No, hold on. That's not all.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. It's really, Kevin, about the idea of it going down. And I did sit on the bench. That is
A little bit.
it's still
Turned out well.
I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. A lot of fun. Here's LeBron following the basket by Stephen Curry. James in the post. He's covered by Thompson. Nice shot by Rondo.
Well, how about LeBron reading the defense, waiting there until the gap opened up to deliver?
Thompson for the triple. Lakers for rebound.
And the Rangers know when they got an opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
2 throws coming up, and they call the noon foul.
Well, every night, the competitive killer instinct of LeBron James makes him as elite as he's been. Of course, future first ballot Hall of Famer, and a lot of gas, it seemed, left in the tank for LeBron James.
So we got some both.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
It's stolen by Curry. Johnson kick to Curry. Green against Russell. Thompson for the triple. Good in the assist to Russell.
Almost perfect in the game to start 3 of 4.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the start out the game. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
And his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Prodigious athleticism, it seems, that's made a huge difference.
Thompson against LeBron. Beyond the arc. And another 3 for Golden State.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
The Lakers with the ball, trailing by 2. James outside. Davis has the open look. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Davis has got his second basket of the game.
The ball rotates over to AD, and he simply rises up and makes that jump shot look so easy.
Here's Curry with the 3. Anthony Davis with the rebound. LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Curry outside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. And 11 points for Steph Curry.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 or 5.
Pass to Green. Kuzma with it. He's scored by Russell. Davis, the pass to Rondo. Clock at 4. There's another one for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's a creative pick and roll right there. Rondo just winning and pulling in defense.
And the Warriors' defense last year is still strong, but not as dominant as before.
Wonder if the loss of a lot of that experience is going to cost this revamped roster defensively. It's been fun to watch them shoot threes, but they've been so reliant on that defense. Can they be that good this season?
Al Russell following the miss by Kyle Kuzma from deep. 1:51 left in the first quarter. Green finds Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
There's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor. And that's Rondo around the rim. He can score.
Now here's Green. Points in the game yet for him. 7-foot shot. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Davis. JaVale McGee comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Lakers making a change here. Daniels is checked in. .125 left in this quarter. Here is Cook, guarded by Kerr. Cook, good.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Now, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Daniels from outside. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Cousins. Cauley Stein. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Yeah, that's just working for the better shot. We always talk about in the NBA, good to great possession there.
Cook looking it over. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Warriors trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off, and they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here is Cook. Off on the layup. Now here's Curry. Passes to Cauley Stein. He kicks it to Thompson. He gets it up. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play.
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
So much.
The way I judge, whether we play together or not is on the defense. I never really judge on the offensive end. It's about picking each other up on the defensive end and all being.
Greg, defense is Draymond's special. No question.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
So for the Lakers right now, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Cook in at the point. Three-pointer, Daniels. It's good from long range. Daniels has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Right side, Green. Now the pass to Thompson. Thompson is double. They get a hand on it. Just 5 to shoot. And now here comes Daniels. In the break, and that one drops. Daniels has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Bradley's checked in for Caldwell Pope. For Los Angeles, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Well, Brent, you look at the size and athleticism of DeMarcus Cousins, and you can forget just how skilled he is.
Well, the interesting part about Cousins, and as his career goes on, especially coming off the injury, Kevin, what does he rely on? Well, when he came into the league, as you said, that skill set, he's going to rely more and more on that ability to shoot the ball and to still make plays so that he's still an impact player in the NBA.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Warriors may have some injuries that they're going to deal with this season, but they're going to do it in a dynamic new building, Chase Center in San Francisco. The more than $1 billion, that's with a B, dollar arena is hopefully going to generate revenue for the team off the floor and allow them to keep some great players in uniform on the floor. It's going to be state of the art here in Golden State as the team moves from Oakland after spending more than 4 decades playing at Oracle Arena.
DA, as you and I were talking, they hate to leave where they've been so successful in Oakland. This building is amazing. Thank you. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Davis is checked in for Cousins. Kyle Kuzma comes in for JaVale McGee. And James subbed in for Daniels. Now here's Cauley Stein. Curry, good.
I mean, there's no way. There's just a sliver of daylight, and there's 3 more.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Think about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys, and it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Here's Curry following the basket by Anthony Davis. Rondo with it. He's picked up by Russell. Rondo passes to Bradley. To the inside, stolen by Thompson. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Cauley Stein kicks to Thompson. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
I just feel like Willie Cauley-Stein getting more comfortable the more time he's gotten in his young career, showing signs of being a passer.
Outside Bradley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
First one falls for him.
We talk so much about Avery Bradley and his motor and how he comes to every game with a defensive mindset. I think that's both where his teammates and the coaching staff really respect the type of consistency he brings to the floor.
Curry outside, and the 3 ball is good. Curry's got 27.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the 3-point shot.
Bradley against Russell. Bradley kicks to LeBron. Latrey, score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Cauley Stein. Here's Russell, played in with a nice touch off the glass. Russell's got his first points of the game.
With a gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
Curry against Rondo. Shot from the wing. No good on that one. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Outside Curry. There's the triple. Another three for Golden State.
And the D has got a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
James looking around. Draymond Green with the rebound. Warriors leading by 6. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And having added strength to his very frame, Russell able to convert through contact there and draw the foul.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Caldwell Pope checked in. Now here's Rondo. 5 points in the game. The shot, no good. And it's Russell with the ball. They'll bring it up for the Warriors. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. 9. Los Angeles has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Here's Davis. That one's off, still out of sync.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And we see this so many times. The defense so concerned with Klay Thompson's shooting ability that he's able to burn them with moving the ball.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. It's time now to courtside. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 30 points, 3 steals. And that'll do it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman.
You would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping on him just a little bit.
Fueled up and ready to go. Let's start for the second half of basketball. So for the State Warriors right now, Green calling Diner down low. Curry and Russell, the backcourt set. And it's Thompson in at the small forward.
Now that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Lakers trail by 11. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis. For a time, Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry. The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of Angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans with a lot to celebrate.
Kuzma outside. Here's Davis. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper
Right.
or a wink, you know, the way that they look
both
at it.
sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. And sometimes I like to see them getting after it a little bit.
Here's LeBron, and he hammers that one down right in the face of Willie Cauley-Stein.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Here's Curry with the 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Kuzma. Goes back up. And Thompson sends it back.
Klay is a very good positional and on-ball defender, but him getting to a block shot like that, that's impressive.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Troy Daniels comes in for Danny Green. And Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Curry. Green breaking loose. Curry can't get it to go. Lakers trail by 5. Daniels with it. He's picked up by Russell.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Curry outside. And the Warriors miss again.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, for so long, the Warriors have been a great shooting team. I don't see that changing as long as Steph and Clay are pulling on jerseys for the Dubs. You think about the Splash Brothers backcourt, their unselfish style of play, sharing the ball. This team has represented good to great over the last 5 years in a way no other team has.
And the Warriors last year, Brent, top 3 in three-point shooting once again.
How about that? The 5th straight year that they've been a top 3 team from the three-point line, and not really much of a surprise given their shooting prowess. Some of their attempts would be bad shots, Kevin, quite frankly, for any other team, but that's elite marksmanship from Golden State.
Bradley's checked in for Kyle Kuzma, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look. This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Outside Curry. Count the basket. Curry's got 34 points.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
To the paint. Count it, and the foul. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Quinn Cook. Here's Curry. He's got 34. And the layup is good. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
Nice job by Steph. Just getting clever around the hoop and finding a way to get that one to the rim.
Loads it up for Davis. Unable to get that one. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Russell from long range. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul. The Lakers making a switch here. McGee's checked in.
It was to the chagrin of many that Cousins joined the Warriors last season, but it looked to be the right choice for him. He got to take his time rehabbing and came back to a team in first place with no pressure.
Curry dishes to Cauley Stein. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And with Cousins last year, you know, Greg, he came back with a bit of a minutes restriction.
And Kevin, time will tell just how full a recovery Cousins can make. But last year went how he hoped it would with regards to taking a year to get things right and be in a good situation.
Bradley finds Rondo. Caldwell Pope outside. Shot clock at 6. For the tie, kept alive, McGee. Great tee that time from Green.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Back to Thompson. Deep. He doesn't hit that one. Bradley with some nice D. Outside Rondo. Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. The game now all time. And it's 6 points for Avery Bradley.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Curry. Green breaking loose. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. And that's 38 points for Steph Curry. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Pass to Cousins. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And it's McGee with the jam.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Thompson from long range hits the three-point bomb. Thompson's got 11 points.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Pass to Cousins. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. Curry way outside, and he trains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hand.
And even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along. So good call, fellas.
And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Kyle Kuzma is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo, the 1.
Just how smart and patient was Steph Curry on that play. Draws the contact after the pump fake. Another thing he does so well.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
The thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Clay was trying to break Curry's three-point record last season. Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love him.
And it's Rondo penetrating from down in the low post. It goes.
He sees the court so well, Rondo. As soon as the lane opened up, he was all over it.
Here's Curry. Thompson is doubled. And stolen by Cousins. James with it, picked up by Thompson. Good. And that's 13 points for LeBron.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Thompson misses.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Green, count it, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That one on Thompson.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little, and finally now taking the lead.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for the Lakers.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Curry passes to Thompson. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
It's Curry outside. Warriors the rebound. Passes it to Russell. Thompson against Green. Thompson misses.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
It's Kuzma penetrating.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Right side Green. And he can't stop the run as he misses. The Lakers have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Kuzma, and he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while. And the Lakers lead by 4.
And that's the hustle you love seeing from Kuzma. When he moves like that, he is the guard.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against the Lakers. And the first one drops. And for Steph Curry, certainly one of the best to ever play. Iguodala said last season, Brent, that he's already the second best point guard to ever play in pro basketball.
Well, high praise from Andre Iguodala, and why wouldn't you talk about Steph that way? Tally up MVPs and titles and his impact on the game and what he's done to change the way the game is played. The case for Steph Curry to be the top point guard ever is getting stronger and stronger every season. The guy that he's going to have to knock off the top of that shelf, I think for most everybody who's been basketball fans for a long time, is one Magic Johnson.
And there's the pass to Russell. Thompson outside, launches a 3. A rebound by the Lakers.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Got that one up quick. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
Well, good balance and squared up shoulders. If there's one thing Green does better than anything else, it's nailing catch and shoot Jays.
Here's Curry with the 3, traps in the tray. Curry's got 45 points.
And none better, Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment. Steph Curry, bingo. Wow, and there's a reason LeBron has the ball in his hands, so capable in those moments.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Green, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. Free throw drops for Green. Both free throws good from Green.
Amazing to think about Draymond Green and the career arc he's had thus far. He really can guard any position on the floor. He can make plays. Really a unique talent.
And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by LeBron. Kuzma's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do. And that is a potential game changer. Thompson maintaining his calm and coming through.
There's a minute 47 left to play in the final quarter. Rondo dishes to James. Another shot. Davis. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Hacked on the shot, and he'll head to the line.
Just excellent recognition by Anthony Davis to sell the shot fake. Gets the defense up in the air.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. The second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Curry outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds in this game. LeBron, no good. Warriors shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Thompson for the triple. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound in this one. For 3. But they get it back.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock.
Yeah, you just are fearful if LeBron James gets going from there. The night turns into a long one.
Knocked away. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Here's Curry from deep 3-point range.
Well, a good defender, the wingspan and timing Rondo has on defense sometimes can beat the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kelp. Hey, Dave. Well, he sure has first NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Davis.
Tell you what, that's something. LeBron has really worked on a bunch. I mean, the three-point shot is a real weapon of his now. Well, you know, last season, perhaps the most disappointing of LeBron James's career. I mean, he hadn't missed playoffs since 2005, and amazingly, this is the one that gets me, had not missed the finals since 2010.
Green. No good that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Richardson gets a wide open look. Another miss by Philadelphia.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Kuzma can't get it to go. And after shutting it down early, this was the longest off season of LeBron's career.
Yeah, and a chance for him, guys, perhaps to recover from years of deep playoff runs. I know he wouldn't want it that way, but he'll take advantage of the fact that he didn't. Didn't have to wear his body out as much as he has in the past. Criticized and counted out. You knew he'd be motivated to come back strong.
And here is Los Angeles now. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Kuzma. The shot from the low post is good.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
Here's Simmons. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Free throw line jump shot. Rebound the Lakers.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Green against Harris. Outside for Rondo. Three-pointer. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
Tell you what, does not matter what defense throws his way. The heart of Simmons allows him to play through that, and he's still going to knock the shot down.
Let's a floater go. Shot by Rondo is no good. The 76ers trail by 3.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Here's Simmons, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Rajon Rondo. And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. '76ers on defense. They trail by 1. And the rejection by Embiid.
Boy, supported by great vertical explosiveness, Embiid can. I love that. Yes, indeedy. Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
James looking around. And that one, good. James has got 5 now.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Embiid. No good time. Great D that time from Davis. At the elbow, it's James. Yep, it counts. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, you know, LeBron plays a very mistake-free game, usually in the open court. And when he's out on the break, the points are almost a guarantee.
The drive by Simmons. The layup off target.
In this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
But they recover it. Here's Davis. Buries it down low.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Lakers?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way they're supposed to here in this first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make them earn from the line, and that's what you want to see. And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their 2 young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, you know, Clark is at his best in transition.
And, you know, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court. Attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those 2.
Here is Cook, guarded by Simmons. Teardrop shot, and it's sent back by Horford. They get it back, and he recovers it.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
The 76ers have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
The Lakers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And so he hits both. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. And they double up Simmons. Down low. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
Cook looking it over. Here is Daniels. Richardson cover. Cook kicks to Caldwell Pope. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Richardson, good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
On deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. The game is evolving, and Alfred has changed his game.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing something like that.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Caldwell Pope out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Cousins trying to free himself up. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist from Cook. Caldwell Pope himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game. How do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached, and great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
Here's Caldwell Pope off the left rim and out. The 76ers lead. And Simmons penetrating. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And the Lakers last season going against the grain to surround LeBron James with playmakers, not shooters. And many criticized that move.
And, you know, guys, you look at it, LeBron is at his very best with the ball in his hands, which means he needs room to attack the lane. It's clear that a course correction was needed.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in for Cousins. Kyle Kuzma comes in for JaVale McGee. LeBron's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Cook. Philadelphia leading by 3. But
Attack.
Oh, man. When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
Rondo can't get it to go.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money for me.
No good from Simmons.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Kuzma finds Rondo. Floats one, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced error.
76ers have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Simmons passes to Horford. For 3, Harris. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Bradley, that's for 2. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Bradley. To the middle, here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Rising off the ground like that, Kuzma takes a lot of pride, not only in finishing with finesse, but power, too. Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Lakers trail by 7. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And they double up Simmons. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's James, and James throws it down.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Here's Simmons. Count that one. Simmons got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle and at their offensive end.
Kuzma, right side, over Horford. That one off the back iron and out. Philadelphia leading by 7. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and you know, for Simmons to be so young, he has a great basketball IQ, and he plays to his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
Lakers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Rondo against Simmons. Unloads. LeBron, no good.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
I think you're right. I mean, an up fake here or there, getting the ball inside, that's how you create high percentage offense.
30 seconds left to play here in the half. And the wide open shot from Green. No good, unable to end this run.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 14-point game. A floater. Here's Davis, and it's sent back by Horford. Outside, Simmons. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 34 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. 5 on the clock, and Davis can't get it to go.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team. Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
And they double up Simmons. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And here is Los Angeles now. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Offensive rebound. LeBron kicks to Davis. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly. Well, I don't think it's been a secret. I mean, LeBron James hopes to become the greatest of all time. At least that's my perspective on it. Last season, he surpassed his idol, Michael Jordan, in career scoring. He called it one of the real pinnacles of his career.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Some changes for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Davis. Caldwell Pope comes in for Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Shoots a fader. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And they double up Simmons, and the layup's good off the glass. Simmons got 38 points. And you might think about what sets LeBron James apart among the all-time greats. He's the only player who's top 10 in both scoring and assists.
Well, I would even take it a little further, guys. His overall all-around brilliance is what truly separates him from the rest of the great players, because he's top 20 in steals as well as approaching top 50 in rebounds. That's remarkable, and he's done it from day one.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma, and Bradley subbed in for LeBron. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's what you call being a master of your craft from Simmons. I mean, fooled the entire defense in the paint there.
Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Lakers trail by 14, and the call will be against Al Horford. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Back to Cook. Harris against Bradley. 6 to shoot. Here's Cousins. That one good for 2.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Here's Horford. That shot missing. Nice D from Cousins. Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Bradley gets it to go.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Philadelphia leading by 10. Simmons looking around. There's the dish to Horford. There's Embiid. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And you look at Joel Embiid, Clark, for a player standing 7'2", probably close to 300 pounds. You've got to be impressed with how well he moves out there.
And Kevin, that's the first and most eye-catching thing about him when I watch him, is how nimble he is for his size. And you notice it at the offensive end because he's got great skills and footwork, but defensively, he doesn't pick up a lot of cheap fouls despite having the primary role of rim protector for his team.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East. And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there. He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And they double up Simmons. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's Cousins. And it goes down 2 points. And now it's just a 4-point Philadelphia lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
The 76ers leading by 4. Simmons finds Harris. Al Richardson. Pass to Horford. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And the rejection by Cousins.
Yeah, and you got to be careful with Cousins around. His shot blocking can be a factor.
Davis, the pass to Rondo. Back to Davis. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. On the wing, Harris. 2 on the clock. He can't hit that time. And so it's Ben Simmons making it. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. And it's Rondo in at the point.
The slashability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive cutting mentality.
Here's Rondo, and it's blocked by Simmons. And they're able to recover. The 76ers leading by 4. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. To the inside, Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Boy, Joel Embiid with the throwdown. Athletic, 7 feet tall, one of the best dunkers in the league.
Lakers trail by 6. Rondo finds James. Inside. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by LeBron. And it's 6 points for Kyle Kuzma.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now. My goodness.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Embiid, that shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. On the wing, James makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes from right at you.
The 76ers again can't hit it.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Offensive rebound, and it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you got to respect the athleticism and the willingness to defend that Simmons has. I mean, he's a skilled shot blocker, too.
Timeout called the Lakers. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma. Clark, he's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Harris dishes to Simmons. Rondo with the rebound.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge. And in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And they double up Simmons. Rondo with the steal. Now the Lakers on the break. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. They now take the lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Lakers?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
The Lakers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Knocked loose. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. LeBron passes to Green. Here's Kuzma. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game. The 76ers trail. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Harris kicks to Simmons. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And they double up Simmons. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Poked loose and stolen by Harris. In the corner, Simmons with it. Back to Harris. Embiid against Kuzma. And they double up Embiid. Kuzma with the defensive effort.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
I tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
And that just may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all a time to get sloppy with the ball.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 6. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
The 76ers trail by 8. Here's Horford, and Embiid trying to break loose. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. To the inside, Green. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Green's got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Rondo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. I mean, he's absolutely brilliant at keeping the defense off balance.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though, and he ends up making the second, and that brings them within single digits.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. He hits the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
Richardson, no luck. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 19-3 run right now. Nice shot by Rondo.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Okay, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
So it's the Lakers now. Floats it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. They got it done.
Embiid against LeBron. He kicks it to Green. The pass to Rondo. And so the Lakers take the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Two great pivot men tonight, Chris. The position has obviously changed over the last couple years. If you were playing now, you think you'd be more of a 4 or a 5?
You know, Kevin, I think I'd be a 3. I played the 4 and 5 in the NBA when I played, and I think I'd be a 3. Right now, you get to shoot, you get to take guys out on the wing. Defensively, though, I'd have to make sure I call for some help, because laterally, you got to be able to move out there with those guys. But I think definitely it'd be the 3, 4, and 5 the way the game is evolved.
And you can bring the ball up. I've seen you do it. I know you could do it in this game as well.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you have a lot more opportunity to do it in this game, and that's not a criticism. It's actually, I love the way the game is played now. It's a lot less hand checking, more space, and when you play guys like I did, from the Peja Stojakovic's and all the great shooters, the Tracy Murrays, those guys, it's that much easier to play in space, because the defense has to honor those guys, and if they space out, that means you may just have a wide open lane to the basket.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the point. Now here's Simmons. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Rajon Rondo.
I mean, what you can appreciate about Simmons is his all-around game. I mean, he can score, he can pass, I mean, he can rebound, and he does it all at an efficient rate. A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robinson with the pace he's pounding.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul. Tipped away. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Frank Vogel for just a minute. He told me defensively they have to stop dribble penetration, challenge the lobs at the basket, and generally make it difficult to get to the front of the rim. You don't want this to turn into a dunk fest, because that will not end in their favor. Guys?
All right, David, thanks.
How can you not love Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star, an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some sort of MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks.
And that one is good.
And he seems to have a sense for where misses are going. Embiid, so fantastic at getting ideal positioning on the glass.
Now here's LeBron. Right side, Davis. Shoots over Embiid. That doesn't go either for Davis.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And stolen by Kuzma. Now the Lakers on the break. No one near James as he lets it go. And the Lakers with another miss. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And they double up Simmons. Embiid against Kuzma. Outside for Simmons. Got a piece of it. Outside Rondo. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, you want to be successful. You got to make Rondo beat you with his jumper. You can't allow him to torch you on the drive.
Here's Simmons. And again, Philadelphia turns it over. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
Timeout.
Trailing by 4.
Yeah, and you got to count the poor health for the Lakers last season, hampering their ability to compete. The longest injury layoff in LeBron James' career. And all told, more than 200 games missed to injury, Kev.
Davis finds James. Loads it up for Davis. And Embiid with the block.
Now, you got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard
who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Hey, guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Now here's Rondo. High, arcing shot.
You can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the Lakers parting ways with their head athletic trainer from last season and hoping for more health this year.
Wow. Well, we all know it's a result-oriented business. I mean, luck can play a big role with injuries, believe me. Teams count on their training staff to keep players in the game.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope checked in. Now here's Rondo. Shot clock at 6. From the baseline. That one a little long. Philadelphia leading by 7. The drive by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Rondo bounce pass and finished off by LeBron.
That's just crazy athleticism from James. His vertical is through the roof.
Pass to Harris. Richardson outside. Horford up top. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Back to Horford. Here's the pass to Harris. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. James outside. Good D by Embiid.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Chris, later this season, LeBron James likely to surpass Kobe Bryant for third on the all-time scoring list.
And that might be a bittersweet moment for Lakers fans, Kevin. I mean, a lot of diehard Kobe supporters who've long held that the Mamba, not LeBron, is the heir apparent to Jordan.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that run.
Got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Davis. Troy Daniels comes in for LeBron. And Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here is Cook. And again, the Lakers, no good. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you're trying to pack in the lane. I mean, but that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
Here is Cook, guarded by Simmons. Here's Cousins. Hits the close-range jumper.
The bruising power of Cousins. Once he gets in prime position, he goes straight to work.
Poked away. And so it's Philadelphia in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been a native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about
not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Cook looking it over. Bradley with the ball, picked up by Harris. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, nice look by Bradley, moving it to the open man.
To the paint, here's Horford, and a dunk by Horford.
McGee just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Here is Cook. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Cousins throws it down.
And Cousins is a big body who knows just how to back down the deep. When he has the room to throw it down, he does not hesitate for 1 second.
Embiid dishes to Horford. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on JaVale McGee.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim. And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Bradley can't get it to go.
Good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Oh, the physicality of Simmons on display, showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
Has to Cook. Now Daniels. He dishes it to Bradley. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Richardson. Here's Simmons. Horford trying to free himself up. No good from Simmons. Lakers trail by 11. Cousins, no one around him. McGee, great positioning on the putback.
See, this is why JaVale McGee is out here. When he hustles like this, his coaches and teammates notice it.
Here's Simmons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, Kevin, and think about this. The Sixers last season took the Raptors to 7 games in the Eastern semis. That buzzer-beating series ending fall-away jumper 4 times bouncing on the rim by Kawhi. Philly hoping to go further this time.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in for JaVale McGee. LeBron comes in for Bradley. Danny Green, he's checked in for Troy Daniels. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Quinn Cook. Rondo against Simmons. It's stolen by Green. James outside. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Come on, Hall of Fame athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
And for the Sixers, 2 consecutive seasons, Chris, getting knocked out in the second round. How did they get over the hump?
Well, Kevin, first you want to start with health. And then after, can you guys stay healthy? How about the chemistry? The East is wide open. They have the talent to beat anybody.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
It's not going to be easy, but they've come this far, and they're right here.
Embiid, the pass to Horford. Drops it in from 11 feet. Horford's got 8 points.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
1:49 left here in the second. Green with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Davis.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
James finds Davis. Back to James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
Simmons slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. James against Harris. Pass to Cousins. Again, Los Angeles.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Simmons passes to Harris. And the rejection by Cousins.
And one of the things Cousins has continued to develop is defense. Really makes an effort to swat that shot away.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And they double up Simmons. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. And that'll be his third foul so far. And some changes here for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Green. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.